not been a lot going on in WWE in a while. I'm your boy Zero. What's good? So we're a little short-handed today. I only got my boy Phil, my boy Mike in the building. We're all kind of sidetracked and distracted doing stuff, but we're still making time to do our little predictions for the biggest party slash something or other of the summer. What's good, guys?
The biggest wet dance of the summer.
So what's good?
Nothing much was good.
Yeah, you know, same old.
Canadian SummerSlam, you know.
Pretty much. So, for now that we know of, as of 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 9th, 2019, there are 10 matches on this card.
I'm sorry, how much?
There are 10 matches on this card.
Holy shit.
I fully expect there to be at least one more, but we're gonna go based off the 10 that we got in front of our face, and we're gonna go from there. So, yeah, you guys know how the deal works. We're gonna talk about each match individually. We're gonna give us what we think, who we think's gonna win, and why. So without further ado, let's start with what's always on the pre-show, because it's the whole point of it is the pre-show match. That is the Cruiserweight Championship match. The Champion, Drew Gulak, versus Oney Lorcan of all people. Oney Lorcan, if you guys don't know him, was an NXT guy. He was in a tag team.
With Danny Burch.
Yeah, with Danny Burch, and they put him on 205, and he's kind of been thriving there. He's been doing really good. So we're going to start with Mr. 205 NXT himself, Philip. Who you got and why?
Well, let's see. No doubt about it, Drew Gulak has been phenomenal with the title. Oney Lorcan, he has been putting in work. One of the heaviest hitters I've seen in the Cruiserweight division. But I think Gulak is going to retain because, no offense to Oney Lorcan, other than him, I really don't see any other challenger other than a repeat of freaking Tozawa or something. But I guess just because I want to go for the long shot, I'll go with Oney Lorcan.
I ain't going for the long shot. I'm going for the thing that's obvious. Drew Gulak.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going with Gulak. I think it's kind of simple in this situation, and yeah, we're going with Gulak here. Let's see.
Don't get me wrong, Gulak's gonna win, but I would like to be proven wrong.
So I've got Mr. D'Lo's predictions here on my phone, and for the Cruiserweight title, he's got Mr. Gulak winning. Apparently, he says he likes Oney Lorcan, but he doesn't see him as Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, might as well just put it Drew Gulak unanimous for all of us.
It's too early for that.
Yeah.
I love how you're already switching gears, and we're one match in.
Because it'll be one hell of a match. Don't get me wrong, but Gulak's gonna win. I always like to root for the underdog. But
Yeah, well.
Gulak.
Anyway, moving on. So the next match I see on this card is Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler.
Over under 3 minutes.
Over under 3 minutes. How long is the match gonna last? Over under 3 minutes, Mike says. Honestly, that sounds about right. I feel like this is the biggest squash match in the history of squash matches.
Easy squash match. And Matt Riddle comes in and jumps Goldberg.
Bruh.
I'm not gonna go that far, although I could see Goldberg celebrating his victory over Dolph Ziggler and R-Truth being at the wrong place at the wrong time and Goldberg winning the 24/7 title. That would be really funny if that happens. Just to have him come back for a week.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Let's see. D'Lo says, winner Goldberg. Reason is obvious. I expect this match to end in under a minute.
But he's not wrong.
The sad part is that he might not be wrong.
All I'm seeing is basically this. He's gonna, like, literally, Dolph Ziggler's gonna turn around. Spear! Spear!
Yeah. I fully expect Dolph Ziggler to get one zigzag off, and Goldberg just to stand right back up and no sell it completely.
Like, you're next.
Anyway, that's obvious match. But moving on. The first of the 2 Canadian women participating in matches on this card, Trish Stratus, in what supposedly is supposed to be her final match in WWE ever, versus Charlotte Flair. Mike, we're gonna start with you.
Vince McMahon's usual. Oh, it's your last match. You ain't gonna win. So I'm having it's gonna be the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, gotta go with Charlotte.
It happens to every single wrestling star that's literally their last match ever. They always lose it.
And the only sad part is I prefer Trish Stratus because unlike Charlotte, everything about Trish is real.
So D'Lo says here, winner Charlotte. Reason Trish won in her last match, quote unquote, with Lita all those years ago. In her hometown, no less. She has no reason to win. And then he says, extra note, he thinks Sasha Banks will return after this match.
You mean Mercedes?
Yeah, that woman. So I've had to think about this match for a long time because, like I said, they have 2 female wrestlers, both from Toronto, wrestling in this match. I don't fully, I kind of don't think they're gonna have both of them lose, but at the same time, I could see why both of them would lose. In this match in particular,
because Vince McMahon hates Canada.
This victory for Charlotte does absolutely nothing for her. At all! It does nothing! I'm torn because I know my brain says Charlotte's gonna win this match. It's Trish's last match. Anybody that's in their last match loses to put over the new generation. The problem with that is this is Trish Stratus we're talking about. I'm gonna go with Trish to win. And I'm like 51-49 on this. It's more like 50.1-49.9. How close I have this match. I could see Trish winning the match, like with a schoolgirl or something like that. Something that Charlotte wouldn't expect. And while Trish is celebrating, Charlotte mercilessly attacks her. And that's how she gets the heat. Not by beating her clean. So I'm gonna go with Trish. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going with Trish. Moving on. Next match, we've got Finn versus The Fiend. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Now,
if it's not Demon Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt.
Well, we already know that it's not Demon Finn.
Bray Wyatt.
And we already also know that Finn Balor asked for 2 months off after this pay-per-view.
Because I think he's getting married.
He might be getting married, yeah.
Yeah.
So, D'Lo says winner Fiend, push Fiend to the moon, plus Finn is going on leave for 2 months after SummerSlam. So yeah, this match is obvious. The Fiend's gonna win. Bray Wyatt's gonna win. But I have a little caveat for this match. What would you guys say to a feud between The Fiend and The Undertaker?
Not a bad idea. Mandible Claw.
Mandible Claw versus the Choke Slam? That'll sell. That'll sell.
But yeah, I think we all feel like The Fiend's gonna win this match. It's not even a question. Alright. So now that we've done the 4 probably the easiest matches on the card, with the exception of maybe Trish Flair, even though most people expect Flair to win, let's go to some matches that are toss-ups now. First one, United States Championship match. AJ Styles the champion, Ricochet the challenger. Phil, I know how you feel about this. You're going first.
Surprising. Well, I'm gonna say AJ because he just got the title, but considering that the feud between Ricochet and AJ has been going great, I think Ricochet might win. With the caveat that he gets backup. If that's not the case,
where would the backup come from? That's a better question.
Who else has a beef with the OC other than Ricochet?
Everybody. The New Day, the Usos, the Revival because they lost the titles to the OC tag champs. Like, everybody has a beef with the OC.
I'm gonna say AJ retains.
Well,
I'm gonna say AJ retains.
We'll go to like D'Lo's list here. U.S. title match. Winner AJ Styles. Reason I see a 6-man tag match down the road between the OC and the New Day, unless it already happened because he doesn't watch for some reason. And both sides will have, which it did, and well, it didn't because Kofi wasn't a part of the match. I think that's what he means. He means with Kofi as part of the match. And both sides will have all the belts. Also, AJ recently won the belt. I mean, I don't know about AJ just recently winning the belt. That's a whatever thing because Ricochet had just had won it recently before AJ took it off of him. So,
got a point.
That's a whatever point. But Mike, who you got?
Ricochet. Between these two, I would love to see this feud go on forever.
Yeah, I'd love to see this go on longer because the two of them put on great matches.
But it's, to me, it's all depending. But like AJ just won the belt. If they make him lose the belt, they're gonna make the OC seem like they're fucking trash. Like they're just gonna kill that. They're gonna kill the OC storyline of like it's stable that quickly.
Yeah, the momentum it would be weird. The momentum. I get what you're saying.
It would crush like literally half the momentum the OC has been doing.
Yeah, I agree. I think AJ's gonna win the match via heinous acts. Something will happen.
To the balls, to the nutsack.
Yeah, to the Sakamuras maybe.
To his Sakamuras.
Maybe to the Sakamuras again. I don't know. Ricochet, they're building him up to be a big time babyface, and I like that. He's gonna have great matches with AJ even in the future. But as of right now, I think AJ's gonna just keep the title for now, and it makes sense for them to just keep all the titles on the OC right now, so that they have a stable similar to the New Day on Raw, just dominating everything. So the next match is also I think is a easy pick. Ooh, excuse me. And that is Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. The best quote unquote, in the world, quote unquote.
The
This match-
best wrestler in the world.
Yeah, Shane McSweatybollocks. There's a caveat to this match. If Kevin Owens loses, he will quit WWE.
AEW, onward.
So I'm gonna start with so I'm gonna start with D'Lo's prediction so that I can make you guys laugh. Winner, Shane McMahon. His reason, best in the world.
His opinion
Yeah.
is fucking trash.
Yeah,
His opinion
not
is
happening.
bold and brash.
That is not happening. They're taking Shane off of TV for a while. Kevin Owens is going to ruffle stomp this dude into the dirt. It won't be a squash match. Shane will get shit in. But Kevin Owens, he's going to eat 2 or 3 stunners. And Kevin Owens is going to pin that nigga's ass. And Kevin Owens is staying in WWE. He has a hot ass face.
I repeat, his guess is fucking trash.
His guess is fucking trash. I agree. But, you know, I still love my boy D'Lo.
Stunner, 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 bullfrog splash, stunner, pop-up powerbomb. Have a good night.
Nah, I think it'll
Unless
be
you see Drew McIntyre's Claymore boot, then you're like, oh, never mind.
I think it'll be competitive, but there's no way Kevin Owens is losing. No way. Especially with Shane coming off of television for a while, now's the perfect time for him to lose. So we got 3 Kevin Owens and a Shane McMahon by my count here. You know, because D'Lo's crazy. Alright, so we got we got 4 matches left. We're going through this pretty quick. It's only 17 minutes. So there's 4 matches left, the 2 women's title matches and the 2 men's title matches. We're gonna start with the women. Well, one of the women. We're gonna start with the SmackDown Women's Championship. The champion Bayley versus Ember Moon. So I don't know what the
Texas
hell
chocolate.
So
chocolate.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Ember Moon.
before we get to that point, I don't know what the hell they're doing with Ember Moon, because the last like 3 weeks have been horrible for her. Like, absolutely horrible.
That feud that was going nowhere with her and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. By the way, Sonya Deville, you broke Gamer Sin. You don't break another person's Switch. That's a murder.
I mean,
okay.
That Switch probably was already broken and they just faked the breaking of it or whatever. Or they just
Don't care.
They were like, here's a new one. I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about how Ember Moon had help, had a distraction from Bayley to beat Charlotte, and then lost clean on this week's SmackDown. Like, really? Like, what are you doing with Ember Moon? Bayley chose this challenger, and then you're gonna have her lose a bunch of matches? That doesn't make any sense.
I think their mindset is have Ember Moon like win a few matches, so when she actually does win at SummerSlam, it'll be a big.
You mean lose a few matches? Because that's all she's done practically since she was named #1 contender, is lose. Not that it's been any better for Bayley, but like this match to me is just like, why?
Because Ember Moon deserves a fucking title reign.
Yeah, well, let's see. D'Lo says SD Women's title winner Ember Moon. I feel this will be the only title change with all the other champions retaining. I think you're all wrong. I think Bayley's gonna win. And I think that whole Sasha theory that D'Lo had, I think it'll happen after this match, and we'll finally get what we've been waiting for like 8,000 years: Sasha versus Bayley. Super heel Sasha versus super face Bayley. I've been waiting for that shit since they tried the whole therapy garbage. I've been waiting for that shit since then. Now's the time to bring that shit out. Now's the time to say, hey, Sasha, get off your ass. Come feud with this bitch. We need ratings. That's my opinion on that. I think Bayley's gonna win. But I know you guys think Ember's gonna win, so it's okay.
So, Mike, say it with me again. Texas
Man, I can't wait till Bayley wins. And then you guys are like, you son of a bitch.
Then I'm just gonna go like, whatever.
Whatever, we still praise the booty.
I'm not saying don't praise the booty. I'm saying be realistic with title changes.
Realistic? If there's anybody more deserving, is Ember Moon.
Nigga, they haven't done anything with Ember Moon. They haven't even built her to try and be a champion. This was just randomly thrown together 4 weeks ago. Like,
who knows? Maybe they're giving her a chance with the title, see how it runs.
You know how Vince McMahon feels about black people in championships. Why do you think Kofi Kingston took 10 years to get a title, 11 years to get a WWE title?
Racist son of a bitch.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, moving on. 3 Embers and a Bayley. I'm gonna win that one. We're speaking of Kofi Kingston. This might be the one time that Mike does not go for Randy Orton in the history of everything. Yeah.
Randall Keith.
Yeah. So Randy Orton versus Kofi Kingston. This is 11 years in the making. Goes back to the whole stupid. So Mike, you're going first on this because I know how you feel about Randy Orton, but I know how you feel about the New Day.
Don't you dare put me first. I am torn. Don't you
That's
dare
why
put
you're
me
going.
first.
That's why you're going first, nigga. You're torn. I want to hear what you have to say.
God, it's like the one moment that they want to get rid of Kofi's belt is in SummerSlam, and I'm like, God damn it. It's so tough if they're gonna do a 3v3 champions versus champions at like a night of champions or something like that against the OC versus the New Day. It would be cute. But it's like God damn it, it's Randall Keith Orton. What are they gonna do? Make Kofi Intercontinental Champion? So then it'll be like mid-card title, championship tags, tag championships, and tag damn championships. I'm like, no, my brain, it cannot comprehend this.
Yeah.
So, my mind made itself up and decided for this one to be, since they just threw this one between the rivalry of 11 years in the making, I want it to be
Oh my God.
Randall Keith.
I knew in
I don't
the
care
end,
if I lost.
I knew in the end
don't care
Mike
if I
would
lost.
go Randy Orton. I knew in the end Mike would go Randy Orton. I fucking knew it.
I don't care if I lost.
So D'Lo
I
says.
will vote Randy Orton.
D'Lo says, let's see. Winner Kofi, reason to get his win back from Orton from all those years ago. That's not a reason. Stop it.
That's basically my process too, but I gotta go with Kofi because I'm sorry. I think Kofi and the New Day are like the biggest reason why people are watching SmackDown.
I don't know. I feel like Kofi's hype is starting to come down a little bit.
Yeah, all good things must come to an end, but don't let all that shit that Randy said, like because I'm going with story-wise. I'm sorry. I love to see people who talk shit get hit, and I want Randy Orton. Sorry, Mike, to get hit with so much trouble in paradise.
I'm actually worried about this match because I know how Vince McMahon feels about Randy Orton, and he loves to push that nigga to the moon any chance he gets, especially if it means he doesn't leave for AEW. I'm really torn, honestly. Like, I think this is the hardest match on the card to predict. I think this entire card, with the exception of this match, and in a sense the Charlotte Flair Trish Stratus match, I think this is the match on the card that you say, damn, who's gonna win? Like, it's hard. You could see it going either way. To a lesser extent, Bayley and Ember.
This is why I was torn. This is why I had to make a decision. My brain made a decision for me.
Yeah, I think this will be the first time in a long time that we do not see any title changes in a pay-per-view, other than 24/7. I think 24/7 will change hands no matter what. I think other than that, I think if they wanted to peg Kofi Kingston as the guy who overcomes all the odds that he got stacked against him, he has to win this match. Like, I could see a spot where Orton tries to go for the punt, and he misses and eats Trouble in Paradise and loses the match that way. Like, I could see that happening. I'm just like Mike. I'm really torn because I could see Randy Orton winning. Every time I think Randy's gonna lose, he wins. He's like Brock Lesnar. Every time I think Brock Lesnar's gonna lose, he wins. Every time Randy Orton, I think he's gonna lose, he wins. If there was gonna be a title change on the card, it would be this one. But I'm gonna pick Kofi, and I'm gonna pray to God that Kofi wins. Because the last thing I want to hear from Randy Orton's mouth was, "I told you so." That's the last thing I want to hear from his mouth is, "I told you so."
Same.
Maybe have him win at Survivor Series or at Night of Champions, like Randy Orton gets another shot and wins then. But I think Kofi has to win this match in order to cement what his title reign has been.
Personally, I thought his thing was cemented after, during his first defense after Mania.
I mean, he hasn't really defended against anybody in particular. Dolph Ziggler, whatever. Kevin Owens before he went back to being face, whatever. You know, this is like the first real threat to his title since then. Since he got it. Alright, we got 2 matches left. We're doing the men's match first. Brock Lesnar, the champion, Mr. Boombox himself, versus Seth frickin' Rollins and his broken everything, apparently, because
Sorry, that fucking Boombox thing, that was great.
His broken everything. Let's see what Dilo has to say about this. Winner, Brock Lesnar. Just won the belt back. He is going to hold it till October when they move to Fox. Which makes absolutely no sense. Because Raw's not going to Fox.
No, SmackDown's going to Fox.
Exactly. So that's irrelevant to the argument for this. But he's picking Brock Lesnar. Phil, who you got?
Seth Rollins.
Why?
Because Seth got the ever-loving holy freaking shit
beat out of him.
He was ground into a bloody pulp and paste.
He was hamburger
and
meat.
Powder. He was a fine baby powder by the time Brock Lesnar was done with it.
You can snort it. But I have faith that they're not gonna make Seth Rollins lose that way because it kind of ruins his whole character. Like, he's a guy that just like they basically make Seth Rollins' character say like I'll go through any bullshit that you throw at me and I'll still come out on top. I slayed the beast, I'll slay it again, and matter of fact, I'll slay it with a few broken ribs. So I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins.
Mike?
Between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, every time I bet against Brock Lesnar, I kind of lose.
Yeah. I have the same problem. Anytime I bet against Brock Lesnar, every time I think Brock Lesnar is gonna lose, he wins.
The thing is, like, Brock Lesnar just got the belt again. Are they just gonna play Universal Hot Potato?
I doubt it. Like,
I say they're gonna keep it on him for a little bit longer, and then they're gonna try to get rid of it somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, I can't believe. I can't believe that they're gonna take the title off of him this quickly. As much as I want Seth Rollins to win, if you look at the ratings since Lesnar won the Money in the Bank and then won the Universal title, Raw's ratings have been up.
Also, the fact that Brock Lesnar has been on the fucking show almost every week.
Yeah, and Brock Lesnar's been around like every week. And, you know, Paul Heyman is creative. He's the creative writer for Raw. So it makes sense for him to keep the title. Every time I go against Brock, I get fucking raped. The one time I went for Brock, he lost. So like, I'm in a lose-lose here, but I'm picking Brock too. They need to have Seth Rollins' character reimagined a little bit, just so that people don't lose interest in him completely. Or something we haven't talked about yet is, which is what I'm going to go to next now that I'm thinking about it. The Big Dog Roman Reigns does not have a match at SummerSlam.
Due to that fucking storyline of him almost getting killed.
Yeah, so...
This has Vince McMahon's name written all over it.
All over it.
Oh yeah. So my question to you guys is, what do you think is going to happen with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Just, you know, oddball question. It doesn't matter. Match, some backstage interview, something happens in the ring. You know, just...
Is Samoa Joe on the card?
No.
Oh shit!
Not on the card.
Well, question, does it depend? Is Ryan or Rowan going to be at SummerSlam?
We don't know. That again, this is all like speculation. Give me something you might speculate what will happen with Roman Reigns, if anything. Maybe you think nothing is gonna happen and he won't show, like he won't even be around.
My guess is since the Goldberg and Ziggler match is basically going to be a squash. They're probably going to add an impromptu where Roman Reigns calls Rowan out.
Okay. What do you think, Mike?
I see. I don't know. I really don't know what to do with Roman Reigns. in this
Yeah,
situation.
I agree. I have no idea what to do with Roman Reigns whatsoever.
What's the worst that can happen? He can be in freaking Seth Rollins' corner.
Mm, I had a thought about Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and whatever. People were speculating, Seth Rollins is going to be the mastermind behind this. I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. They're on two different brands. Go away. My first thought was, that's not happening. They're in two different brands. Go away. But I think Buddy Murphy's going to call out Roman Reigns, honestly. And they're going to have like an impromptu match. And then Rowan and Daniel Bryan are going to, interfere, and then they're going to reveal that Bryan is the mastermind behind everything, blah, 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 blah. To set up Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. I mean, honestly, I hope Roman Reigns is not on the card. I kind of hope he's not, just so that we can just like not have to worry about him. And let him show up on Monday, and then you go from there. But he'll be on the card somewhere. With that being said, we have one match left on this card. It is the Women's Championship match. It is a submission match. The Raw Women's title submission match. The challenger is Natalya, hometown girl. Champion is the man, Becky Lynch. Phil, you get to go first on this. It's the last one. Who you got and why?
As much as I don't want to say it, if the Charlotte Trish match is going to be a squash, I have this nagging feeling in my mind that Natalya is going to win. Because it's Natalya's hometown, and Becky kind of has gone, in my opinion, she's so over that she really don't even need a belt. So
She's a Stone Cold Steve Austin of women.
Basically, so I think I'm gonna roll with Natalya.
Wow, really? Okay.
I just have that nagging feeling that that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I get you. Let's see. D'Lo says Raw Women's Championship match. Becky. No reason for Natty to win, even though I like Natty as a wrestler. That's not a reason. Like all his logic, his reasons and his logic make no sense in my brain. Mike, who you got and why?
The hometown of Toronto. What does Vince like about Toronto?
Absolutely nothing.
Then my answer is clear.
Montreal Screwjob was a Montreal Screwjob for a reason.
Then you have my answer.
Yeah,
So basically Becky 2 belts.
Becky 1 belt. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no way that Vince is gonna like. I don't know what's with him and Canadians.
I don't think it's him Canadian. I think it's just him and Bret Hart. Actually, when you think about it, I think I think this is his way of punishing Bret Hart for showing the belt at AEW. Because remember, Bret was invited to Raw Reunion, but he didn't go because he was worried that they're just gonna just rip him. Oh shit, Natalya is gonna lose big time. Okay, yeah, now I'm putting the pieces together. I'm switching again. Freaking Becky.
Nigga, you're like a fucking freaking You're like a freaking light post. Turn on, turn off. Switch that shit on and off.
I got my facts straight.
I don't know why you think Natalya's gonna win. Becky Lynch
Because
is like
her
the
whole-
hottest thing going on Raw right now. There's no way they would take the belt off of her. But I do have a little theory. I have a theory about this.
Go ahead.
So I think Becky's gonna win. It's gonna be a good match. It'll last a while. But in the end, Becky will win. And while she's celebrating, a certain female wrestler is gonna return. And she's gonna have hell to induce onto Becky Lynch. Namely, a certain woman named Ronda Rousey might be back on Sunday.
Ooh.
I don't know how definitive that is. I don't feel as comfortable saying that as I do about Sasha showing up in the Sasha Bailey match. I think Ronda could show up, especially with Paul Heyman being the guy who runs Raw. And that'd be a good time for her to come back. So Becky's gonna win. There's a possibility that Ronda comes back to help her friend after she gets injured or something like that. But Becky's gonna win. There's no way Natalya's winning. I know it's in her home country, whatever. There would be no reason for Becky to lose the title. She's the hottest thing going on Raw right now, next to the OC. Anyway, there you have it, guys. I will take the time and post our predictions in the comment section below. But you guys tell us what you think. I want to know what you guys think, because you know we talk about this shit all the time, but I'd like to know what you guys think too. And you know, let me know what you think. Tell us how we did. You know, hit it with a thumbs up if you like to hit it with a thumbs down if you don't. Tell us what we can improve. We want to make things better for you guys.
Wait,
So,
hold on. Question.
answer.
Are we also going to do predictions for Takeover?
No. There's too
I would
many-
like to do them.
There's too. Well, I mean, we could, but there's too many variables, and I don't mean we're not gonna do them. I mean we're not gonna do them in this video, because that would make the video last too long. I'm not trying to make the video last 2 hours.
We can just rapid fire it.
I mean, if you want to rapid fire it, we can rapid fire it.
There's only 5 matches on the card anyway, so.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, rapid
Go.
fire. Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. Go.
Io Shirai.
Io Shirai.
Yep, agreed. Rapid fire. Shayna Baszler champion. Mia Yim challenger. Who wins?
Medium.
Shayna Baszler's winning. She's still been unstoppable by everybody. I want Mia Yim to win, but Shayna Baszler's winning. Velveteen Dream champion versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong.
Roderick.
Roderick, no!
No. Because I'm sorry, any match that has Undisputed Era in it, they're gonna win. It's too perfectly set up.
I think Velveteen Dream's gonna retain. Street Profits versus Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
God damn it, I don't want the Street Profits to lose.
I don't want the Street Profits to lose either. They're too good.
But
Oh. Fuck it, Street Profits. Street Profits.
Street Profits.
yeah, Street Profits for me. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano, 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT title.
Gargano. Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah, I have Gargano winning, and I have Tommaso Ciampa coming back right after.
Ooh. Yeah, he should be recovering from his injury.
Yeah. So one last question. What is the final stipulation for... What's going to be the third stipulation for the 2 out of 3 falls match when Cole wins the singles match and Gargano wins the street fight?
Regal didn't say, it's his choice.
That's my
But
point.
if-
What do you think is it going to be?
What's the guess?
I want to say something that does not give a bullshit ending. Last man standing.
Mike?
That's actually a good one there.
I think that's a great one.
Because it's like, what are their 2 matches?
Normal singles match and street fight.
So we have a hardcore match. We have 1 hardcore match
And one regular
and
match.
one regular match. Who asked for the regular match?
Adam Cole!
Adam Cole asked for the regular match. Gargano asked for the street fight because it feels more comfortable in a street fight.
Yep.
I want the dude with the stop sign to come back again. That was great.
Yeah, at most it's either going to be a last man standing or they're going to just shove that shit onto a ladder. I want them to shove that shit onto a ladder.
Yeah, I thought about ladder match too. I think the last match will be a bull rope match. No, I'm kidding.
Well, fuck you.
It might end up being a submission match. Cause why not?
But does Adam Cole even know does it have a submission move?
I mean, who cares? Who cares? I mean, a street fight is basically a last man standing match, except for you have to be pinned. So that's why I don't feel like it's last man standing. Ladder match makes the most sense, so we'll go with that ladder match. And yeah, there you go, guys. You got bonus NXT real quick. We all have the same thing except for these guys have Roderick Strong winning the North American title. I have Velveteen Dream retaining. They have Mia Yim winning the title. I have Shayna Baszler retaining. We all have Street Profits. We all have Gargano. We all have Io Shirai because Io Shirai is waifu, and Evil Io is like the best thing ever.
Heel Io is life.
Yeah,
Heel
pretty much.
Io's music is the shit.
Yeah, it is. But that's all the time we got for you guys today. For my boy Mike, for Phil, I'm your boy Zero. Deuces.
Latest.
Peace.
Will prevail.